on the ball field right now, Kurt, and I'll tell you one thing. The EJ team, 1992, was on the field with an uprising of the fans, and I guess an older team, 25 years ago, was on the field as well.
This is great, Brian. The first ever East Juniata Tiger football team is being honored before tonight's ball game. They've been given maroon and gray jerseys to wear for the occasion tonight, and I'll tell you, that's just a wonderful thing. It's a relatively short-lived program. It's only 25 years old, but this is how traditions are started and carry on, and it really is a nice thing to see tonight. Some of them a little thin on top and a little thick in the middle, but they all look good, and they all are being honored here tonight at Dietrich Field.
You got that right, and I tell you what, 1992's East Juniata High School is ready to go, and as you heard Coach Miss tell us, they're going to have their hands full tonight with EJ. We'll go back after this 60-second break.
Unbeaten coming into tonight's ball game. East Juniata 4-1-1 on the season. The Tigers are 2-1 in the TVL. And Brian, we talked about a lot of things so far in tonight's ball game, but I think Coach Ream hit on it. The defense of the Tigers will have to do the job tonight. You want to talk about a defensive football game? This has all the earmarks for it. Millersburg has given up 19 points in their 6 games so far, and 13 of those came right here at Dietrich Field against Juniata. So you take that game out, and they're giving up an average of a point a game.
That's right. I tell you what, it's going to be a defensive ball game. Note about that. East Juniata High School knows the defense is going to be in the field a lot tonight, and of course, the best way to keep Millersburg off the scoreboard is to keep them off the field tonight. And I do believe that tonight Albert Collier and Ryan Benner, if those two boys have a big night tonight, it'll be definite good news for the EJ fans. They're here in full force, on a seat to be seen here on the EJ side, on the bad side for the Millersburg team, as the captains are at the middle of the ball field. And I expect to see 48 minutes of hard-hitting football, because EJ knows if they can win tonight, they'll be deadlocked with Millersburg atop the TVL, and then it's back to 0-0. I'm looking forward to that.
All right, the captains are meeting at midfield. The East Juniata Tigers will receive the kickoff. Number 24 for Millersburg, Matt Helt, their do-everything ball player, one of the tri-captains, along with Mike Rothermel, the quarterback, number 12. Tigers captains, of course, Jason Logan, Ryan Benner, and Dan Shaw. Teams are back at the benches, getting set to go. The East Juniata Tigers will be dressed in their home uniforms tonight, the maroon with gold and white trim. And the Indians will be on their visiting uniforms, white jerseys with maroon numerals, yellow pants.
Well, could I tell you one thing? Look at EJ, I like the way they got the coin toss and elected to receive. I tell you why, because getting on the scoreboard first in this ball game is going to be very important. A defensive ball game, as you said, and I tell you what, EJ has to have a good couple of drives here, get on the scoreboard, get a little confidence, and get the Millersburg team shaken. Without saying too much more about it, you know how we all feel about the teams across the river. That's beside the point.
All right, this is high school football on WJUN FM 92.5. Deep to receive the kickoff for the Tigers, Ryan Benner, number 13, and number 24, Albert Collier, who had a whale of a ball game last week at Newport. He was hurt earlier in the season, scored 2 TDs last week. Keep an eye on number 24 for the Tigers tonight. Kicking off for the Indians, former soccer player, number 10, David Russell. It was 2 weeks ago tonight when Russell stunned the Upper Dauphin Trojans. A field goal, 3-0, Millersburg scoring the only points of that ball game. We're set to go. Russell approaches the ball, gets a foot into it, and we're underway. It's a high and deep kickoff, and it's off the fingertips of Strasser on the near side. Albert Collier picks it up. He's at the 20, and out to the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the East Juniata Tigers.
And that's thrown back by Collier on the 27-yard line of East Juniata High School. And now right away the offense has to set the pace of the ball game. Going to be a ball game of defense. As we said, we'll say it again. But I think until Millersburg gets adjusted to the offense, this will be a key drive right off the bat for East Juniata High School.
Mike Walters is the quarterback for the Tigers. Ryan Benner is the tailback. Joshua Strasser, the fullback. Jason Logan, the tight end. He's in tight right now. Walters calls out the signals, turns, puts the ball in the stomach of Benner, and he is drilled immediately by number 63, Damon Sherrick, the left tackle for the Indians. Little gain, if any, it'll be second down.
Well, I tell you, Kurt, a lot of big boys in the middle there for Millersburg, going 6'3", 6'4" in the middle. Going to be tough going up the gut, as the first play was evident. But I tell you what, the sly Al Ream, he always has something up his sleeve. And I tell you what, it's going to be a good time to do something special right here.
I had an opportunity to talk with a former Millersburg player this afternoon, and he has been telling me the defense for the Indians has just been punishing people in the last couple of weeks. 2nd and 10. Walters, and somebody jumped. Looks like the Indians are offside. We'll check for the call here in just a moment.
I believe it was, Kurt, against the Millersburg Indians. The yellow hanky, in fact, is out. Offside versus Millersburg, and the E.J. Faithful who are here, I'll say, in full force. And I'll tell you one thing, a big penalty against Millersburg, and you never complain about that if you're an E.J. fan.
Oh, it's a quick way of picking up 5 yards. Instead of 2nd and long, it's 2nd and 10 or 5 yards. Tigers back to the line of scrimmage. Again, Logan in tight. Collier split wide on the far side in the slot. Walters takes it, pitches it to Benner, tries the right side, gets a few yards. He'll be close to a first down, but he'll be short, I believe. Depend on the spot. We'll wait and see.
Well, of course, the spot not the best, but it looked like he got across the first down, and he did. He got a first down first. So good drive so far in the way. A penalty does help, but getting a couple of first downs does do a lot for the confidence of the entire squad there in the maroon and gray.
Absolutely. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 38-yard line of East Juniata. Walters steps him down. Takes the snap, turns, and tries Benner for the 3rd time. He skips past one man in the backfield, somebody to the near sideline. Pushed out of bounds in front of the Tiger bench. It'll be a gain of about 7 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 3.
And boy, I'm proud of the running back right there, sir. I'm telling you one thing. I told you Coach Al Ream did a misdirection play, came fake to the wide side, came to the near side, and a nice pickup. And you always want to see a big gain on first down. With the wind flipping here at Rickett Field, and 2nd down at around 5.
Well, they say he stepped out of bounds at about the 43-yard line, so it's 2nd and 5. East Juniata, no score. 2 minutes into the ball game. And right at the middle, Strasser for a first down. First man through. Joshua Strasser for the Tigers. He plows ahead for a pickup of 7. It'll be 1st and 10, E.J.
And boy, that quick handoff up the middle, I think got Millersburg off guard. And as soon as I said a while ago that Millersburg had a tough going up the middle, they run right down the gut. And boy, a big gainer for a first down. And boy, E.J. looking real good off the bat.
At the 48-yard line of Millersburg, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. High formation in the backfield. They give it to Benner, the tailback. He's cut down right away. A diving tackle made by George Hornberger, number 54, coming up from his nose guard position. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And yes, Hornberger, of course, a tough customer right there in that big article we're talking about, a beautiful article by David Jones in the paper today. Big picture of Hornberger in there, one of the top defensive players in the entire league, and making his presence known right there in that play.
He actually lost about a half a yard, so it's 2nd and a long 10 for the Tigers. Ball just into Millersburg territory. They hand the ball off to Strasser, who tries the left side. He cuts to the secondary of Millersburg, and he has a nice pickup of 8 or 9 yards. It'll be 3rd and short.
I tell you what, that's just my bad eyes. I think East Juniata saying, hey, you show us why you're undefeated. We're coming right at you. And a big gain right there. 3rd down and around 7 or so. And a nice gain by E.J. on that play. And a big, crucial 3rd down and a good drive so far. But a big drive right here coming up.
It's a 7-yard pickup, making it 3rd and 4 for the Tigers. Logan in tight, Collier in the slot. Millersburg jumps, but not offside. They give it to Benner on the left side. He's being pursued and brought down, and the ball is on the ground. It's loose. The Indians pick it up. A turnover. Ryan Benner struggling for some extra yards. Cost it up in the Millersburg secondary. The Indians will take over at about the 35-yard line of Millersburg.
A tough play for East Juniata High School right there. A nice drive, and you can't blame for the running back for East Juniata High School, dribbling and Pollard for everything he had for the first down, but the problem is when you do that, the ball does pop loose.
8:15 to go in the first quarter, no score. Millersburg with the ball for the first time. Rothamo is the quarterback. He has the I formation in the backfield. Man split wide to the far side, and they pick the ball on the other side to Matt Helt. He'll try the right sidelines and pick up about 5 or 6 yards. It'll be second down and short for Millersburg.
That's right, Kurt. There's the big boy for Millersburg, and they cracked off a good game there in first down. The defense of East Juniata tonight must be the classic phrase of bending and not breaking. This first drive could tell a tale.
Ball is spotted at the 40-yard line of Millersburg. 2nd and 4, call it. Rothamo gives it to the first man through. Hoover, ball's on the ground. It's loose. Rothamo recovers, however, for Millersburg. They dropped it in the backfield. They missed the handoff exchange. It'll be third down and about 9.
And while I feel Kurt is sometime along the ball game before this ball game's over, one of those mistakes, a fumble apiece right now. E.J. has lost their fumble, and Millersburg has fumbled the ball, and E.J. defender almost picked the ball up. But nevertheless, third down and around 9. Defense must hold here.
3rd and 9. Indians in a tight formation. One man split wide to the far side. That is Shane Phillips. Back to pass is Rothamo. He's being pressured. He completes it to Helt on the far sideline, but he's pulled down short of a first down. Number 81, Jeremy Kramer, with a first down saving tackle for the Tigers. It'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, a big play there by East Juniata. Nice tackle by Kramer, by the way. All by himself out there. If Kramer gets beat, a first down, a nice tackle. And now, just like that, E.J. gets the ball back. It's punt time for Millersburg.
Ryan Benner deep to receive. Albert Collier mid-back. And the snap is clean. The punt is underway. It's a line drive punt taken by Benner. He lets it go over his head. It rolls into the end zone for a touchback. And a break there for the Tigers, because that was a fine punt.
Oh, you got that right.
By Adam Sherrick. Adam Sherrick hit that at about his 40-yard line and rolled into the end zone. So it comes back out to the 20. So the second possession for the Tigers, it'll be 1st and 10. 6:11 left in the first period. No score. This is high school football on 92.5 FM. We'd also like to welcome the folks of Nittany Media Cable. Later on tonight, this game will be rebroadcast on Channel 10 of Nittany Media Cable at 11 o'clock.
This is Friday Night Football.
Of course, if you're watching it now, this was done earlier in the evening. A little confusing, but that's okay. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Walters sets him down, turns, hands the ball to the first man through Strasser. Big hole. He's in the secondary. He's got it out to the 40-yard line.
Boy, Kurt, I say the E.J. fans are rocking and rolling in that Strasser. He had you could tell a Max Truck through that to hold the line for a head for East Juniata Strasser. And second play tonight, second time right that play has been a big gainer, and that's going to tie up the E.J. sideline. 16-yard pickup for Joshua Strasser. And the triple threat of the Tigers is working again. Benner, Strasser, and Collier. Out to the just shy of the 40-yard line. Tigers with the ball. Walters gives it again to Strasser. This time he is dropped almost at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a yard or so. The tackle made there by number 63, Sherrick. Damon Sherrick, the tackle, in on the stop. It'll be 2nd and 9. Well, I think it was the same exact play 2 times in a row, and I tell you, I like that about Coach Al Reed. Hey, if it works once, try it again. And it will stop there now. It's back to the drawing board for East Juniata High School. I tell you what, looking really good in offense so far tonight. It's the nice thing about both of these teams. They have more than one back to go to, so if you key on one, you are in trouble. Benner, the tailback. Joshua Strasser, again the fullback. They turn and give it to Strasser a third time. No, they fake it. It's to Collier. And he gets the first down. That one fooled me, Brian. I couldn't even follow the ball because I thought it was going to be a third time in a row they ran that play. And so did Millersburg's defense. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the speedster, first down and back to the old drawing book again for Coach Alreen.
Albert Collier gets the inside handoff on the flanker reverse type play. Gets a 9-yard pickup, another first down for East Juniata. 4:40 to go in the first period. Still no score. Walters with the ball at midfield. Takes the handoff. He's being pressured. Passes on the far sideline. It is knocked away from Logan. Logan was open in the secondary momentarily. Jason Logan, he had to jump for it, and it was tapped away at the last moment by the Indians.
Well, give it to Mike Walters, the quarterback for East Juniata High School. He was had a guy who was hiding on his leg. He was strong enough to pull away from him and get the pass off. And number 80 for East Juniata, Jason Logan, he must be 6'5", and he was open for a brief time, but now second down.
Incomplete pass, first attempt of the night by the Indians. Walters with the ball, and they turn and hand it to Ryan Benner. He'll get about 3 yards, trying the right side of the Tigers' offensive line. It'll bring up third down.
And the shame of it was, number 80, last play, 2 plays ago, was wide open, and of course he's taller than anybody else out there, so the ball a little bit short. If it went up above everybody else's head, it could have been a completion. Third down and around 9, and a crucial third down pickup try here for East Juniata High School.
Coming into the ball game for the Tigers, number 81, Jeremy Kramer. Big Dan Chubb leads the offensive line out of the Tigers huddle. Walters. Collier in the backfield along with Strasser and Benner. The Indians jump. Once again, Millersburg jumps offside. Were they drawn off? That's the question. Officials are talking about it. This will be against the Indians.
Hey, if you can't get it on your offense, let the defensive team give it to you, and they'll take 5 on that. Second time tonight.
Make it third and a long 4 for another East Juniata first down.
And boy, the winds are whipping here. I think you can probably hear it at home.
I'll tell you what, it is a very windy night here at Dietrich Field. See if that affects the ball game at some time. Hasn't so far. Most of the action's been on the ground. 3rd and 4. They pitch it to Collier in the backfield, and he is cut down by a fine defensive effort by Ryan Tobias. Shot the gap on the left side of the Millersburg defense. Collier had a head of steam, but Tobias was there in a hurry to drop him far short of the first down.
Another good call by Coach Al Ream, who has the headset on to the people up above us here in the roof, and the hole was there for a brief time, but then the Millersburg defense closed the door awful fast. E.J. 4th down, got a punt.
Derek Reichenbach will hit the ball just shy of midfield for the Tigers. Snap is clean. Reichenbach gets it off. He's pressured, but no problem. It's away and fielded by Hoover and dropped.
He got that right, but he was dropped by about 5 maroon and gray shirts, and he made maybe a 1-yard return on that.
So, they exchange the ball one more time. It's still scoreless. East Juniata and Millersburg. 2:50 to go in the first period. The Indians with the ball at about the 14-yard line of Millersburg.
They're on the 14-yard line there, ready to play defense.
Man split wide to the left for the Indians. Hoover, or rather Rossimo, fakes the quarterback keeper and pitches instead to the first man through. That would be Matt Helt, once again, picking up a first down on the far sideline.
And boy, Matt Helt, he ran over about 3 or 4 different defenders for East Juniata High School, a big gainer for a first down, and that's something EJ will have to adjust to at halftime. But I tell you what, about 2:24 to go in the first quarter, still no score, and EJ looking real good on offense so far, and defense has to hold.
Well, Joshua Strasser had a 16-yard gain. Matt Helt gets a 16-yard gain. Ball at the 30 now, 1st and 10 for the Indians. They keep it on the ground and give it to the first man through. Again, that's Helt. Not much happening that time, though.
Do you have a feeling that we told you it was going to be a defensive game, and here in the first quarter, we're proving that. They exchanged offensive series apiece, and EJ's defense looking pretty good so far. 2nd down and 9 for the Millersburg Indians.
I'll tell you what, if you love defensive football, this should be your ball game tonight. 2nd and 9 for the Indians. Rothermel, the quarterback, sets him down. There's 2 men in the backfield in the I formation. Rothermel takes it, runs the option play, dishes it on the far side to Chris Hoover, trying the right sideline, but good pursuit by the Tigers. Knocked out of bounds by, among others, big number 60, Adam Hubbard. And it'll be about a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 6.
I tell you what, looked like there's going to be a potential for a big gain there by the running back from Millersburg, but the pursuing East Juniata defense, and believe me, you better believe that they had a lot of scouts watching their Millersburg game last week. That's why that play failed.
Chris Hoover had over 100 yards rushing in the Indians' win over Tri-Valley last week. Picked up 3 that time. 3rd and 6. Rothermel runs the option play. Pitches it back to Hoover. Great pursuit, and he's got for a loss.
Number 13, Ryan Benner. Where'd he come from, Kurt? He just blew in there and made a tackle.
Ryan Benner and Shane Strasser teaming up to drop Hoover for a loss on the play. He'll bring up 4th down.
You think EJ's defense not fired up tonight for this high-powered offense of Millersburg?
I'll tell you what, great pursuit by Benner coming up from the safety position, and by Shane Strasser off the line. 4th down, Adam Sherrick again into punt, gets a clean snap. It's a line drive kick, takes off nicely, but it's fielded on the near side by Benner. He comes to the sideline, shoots 1 man, picked up by 2 more. Some EJ fans wanted a face mask call, but the hand got away from Benner's cage in time. Brought down by number 79, Kyle Ramberger. It'll be 1st and 10 for the East Juniata Tigers. Still scoreless as the first period is winding down.
And that Ryan Benner, number 13, not very tall, short little bugger, but I tell you what, he says, come on, you're bigger than I am, I'll run over you. And that's what he did in that run back as the first score on the play.
That's the end of the first period with the score, Millersburg nothing, East Juniata nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
When you decide to get an opinion from the Trout Chiropractic Center, you can expect to get an expert evaluation and examination of your spine. Dr. Gary is trained in locating, analyzing, and adjusting misaligned vertebrae, which may be pinching spinal nerves. Any misalignment within the spine and hip could be a cause for major concern and could be the cause of your health problems. Call the Trout Chiropractic Center in Mifflintown today for your health's sake.
Welcome back to Dietrich Field. Kurt Reibelbis with Brian Baker and Karen Summers bringing you the action of this Tri-Valley League showdown between the East Juniata Tigers and the Millersburg Indians. A wind-blown Dietrich Field that's seen a scoreless first period.
I tell you what, Kurt, and I'm the man that tells it the way it is. East Juniata High School, both offensively and defensively, look awfully great tonight. Their offense working pretty well. A fumble there, a stop one drive, and a good defensive play by Millersburg stop another. But I tell you, their defense looks awesome as well. Could that tell the tale out throughout the game? I don't know, but we're back to live action in the second quarter.
All right, the Tigers break huddle, 1st and 10. The ball at the 40-yard line of East Juniata to start this series. Mike Walters, the quarterback. They turn and pitch the ball to Benner. He's trying the far side. He gets about 3 or 4 yards. Tripped up by a couple of Indians, including number 22, Ryan Tobias. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
And Coach Al Ream, again, we're all proud of him, and I tell you what, he's not afraid to do some diverse plays. He knows that some of the plays that's not quite orthodox sometimes. Tonight, you got to pull out all the stops, pull everything out, and the guts of East Juniata High School here in the second quarter.
Just beginning the second quarter. Split wide to the far side, Jeremy Kramer. I formation once again in the backfield. Collier is in the slot. They turn and hand the ball off to Strasser, and he is dropped at once by the heart of that Indian defense, including number 66, Brad Bruner. No gain on the play. 3rd and 7 coming up.
One thing about it here, the EJ fans are thoroughly wound. You know how long the EJ fans have been waiting for a season like this? This is a dream season so far. But I can guarantee one thing, if they win this ball game tonight to go tie for first, you'll see unbelievable action all year long.
3rd down and 6. Ball at the 45-yard line of East Juniata. Walters takes the handoff, turns, gives the ball to Strasser. Oh, no, they take it again. They give it to Collier. He tries the left side. He's brought down shy of a 1st down. He wants a face mask call, but none made. In on the stop for the Indians, Chris Hoover, number 21.
And I tell you, I like going to help Troy. A couple of cross talk there. They're jiving back and forth. 4th down and 1, and I don't know. I tell you, I don't think they're going to punt the ball, but in a game like this, I don't know. I'd say, well, I'm in the field, though. I guess it's the right call by Calhoun.
They will punt it, or at least they're in punt formation. Derek Reichenbach will hit it again for the second time. A couple of Indians deep, Hoover and Helt, the two ball carriers. Snap is a little high, but hauled in by Reichenbach. The ball bounces and will be down at about the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Millersburg Indians in the scoreless Tri-Valley League game.
One thing about them, I'm sure that the EJ so far in this ball game, as it does me and everybody here in the broadcast booth, has the full respect of Millersburg so far, and the defense of East Juniata again on the field. We expect them to be in the field a lot tonight. And watch out for speedster Ryan Benner, number 13, is playing his heart out tonight.
Matt Rothenwell, the quarterback. He has Helt in the fullback slot and Hoover the tailback. They turn and give it to Hoover. Hoover comes right up the middle and gains about 5 yards, but tripped up by Ryan Benner.
He's playing his heart out, I tell you, the little guy up front.
He submarined the block and got a hand on the ankle of Hoover, or else Hoover could have been going some places. As it was a pickup of 5, 2nd and 5.
Reminds me, Ryan Benner, like David Kellison in our Juniata team way back when, small, but he was scrappy, and boy, Ryan Benner exemplifies that.
2nd down, 5 for the unbeaten Indians. Rothenwell fakes the pass. He pitches the ball to Hoover, and he'll have a first down in front of the Millersburg bench on the far sideline.
And guess who's going to make the tackle again? 13, Ryan Benner.
Ryan Benner playing both sides of the ball. Of course, most of these players do. But at this pace, Ryan Benner is going to be a tired puppy by the end of the night. It'll be a first down on the 7-yard pickup for the Indians. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 37 at Millersburg. Still no score. Rothenwell turns, moves the ball off, and the third time to Hoover. And some yardage, but not a whole lot, out to over the 40-yard line. 3rd down, or 2nd down rather, coming up. It was a 4-yard pickup.
But I tell you, those very dangerous running backs, Rothenwell and everybody else in the backfield for Millersburg, I tell you, showing their stuff, but EJ not breaking yet.
2nd down and 6. Hoover again, the tailback, Helt the up back. They turn and put the ball in the spread basket of Hoover. He's got some room, but another great job by the secondary of the Tigers. Adam Hubbard comes up. Just as it looked like Hoover was going to cut to the outside for a first down and then some, Adam Hubbard comes up, and it'll be 3rd down.
And again, give Millersburg credit, a nice hole right there in that running play. Caught East Juniata off guard, working the right side of EJ's defensive line. And 3rd down and about 1, and EJ's defense will be tested here.
Millersburg 3rd and 1 at their own 45-yard line. Rothenwell sets him down, takes, spins, hands the ball off to Hoover. He's hit, but it looks like his momentum will give him the first down. Good initial pursuit by East Juniata, but it'll be a first down for the Indians. Give him a 1.5 yard pickup on that, and the drive for Millersburg continues. Still no score, 7:35 to go in the first half here at Dietrich Field in Mifflintown. EJ 4-1-1, Millersburg 6-0-0. TVL showdown.
And it is a showdown tonight.
Adam Sherrick split wide to the right for the Indians. Helt and Hoover in the backfield. They turn and give the ball. No, they fake it. Now they do give the ball to Matt Helt. We get faked out here is what I'm trying to say. He put it in his bread basket and finished his fake, as a good quarterback will, but Helt hung on to it. About a 3-yard gain.
I know.
2nd and 7.
I know if it's hard for us to see here in the broadcast booth, it's hard to see in the field. I know one thing, Police Chief Clarence Allen up there at Nittany Media with the overhead cam, he's probably going crazy up there trying to call that ball on that play.
At the 50-yard line, the Indians with a 2nd and 7. Rothenwell turns, gives the ball to Hoover, and he'll plow ahead for a 3-yard gain, but it's tough going. You just can't make a whole lot of headway against these two defenses. Ryan Wynn gets the stop on that play for the Tigers.
And boy, the running backs of Millersburg are lightning fast, and they are very tough boys. But I tell you what, when a guy's sitting there with his feet dug in the defense and he wraps his arms around your legs, you're not going to go very far.
Third down, 4. Ball in East Guinea out of territory now at the 47-yard line. Rothermel back to pass, looking on the left side, getting some pressure. He scrambles. He's on the left side, brought down. There's a flag on the play. Rothermel will be close to a first down as he scrambled on the left side. However, there's a penalty marker down. We'll see what that's all about.
Well, probably a hold, Kurt. That's what about the position of a hold.
That's exactly what it is. Mike Rothermel on the scramble. On the pass attempt was close to a first down. In fact, I think he had it, but this will wipe it out. And the Indians will have a 3rd and long.
And that flag dropped right on the line of scrimmage, and you don't see any linemen around. You know there's something probably holding on the play.
That's what it was. A big 15-yard mark off from the spot of the penalty, so it'll bring up 3rd and 16 from the 42-yard line of Millersburg, back in Indian territory. Let's put 2 men wide to the near side. Hoover, the tailback. Back to pass is Rothermel. He has time. Fires across the middle. Tip. Is it picked off? It's incomplete. Or picked off. Incomplete. Right in the hands of the Tiger defense. Joshua Strasser right around the ball. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
Adam Hubbard was there too. I thought one of those guys had the ball. But nevertheless, EJ will get the ball back. Ryan Benner back deep. And I tell you what, he's due to break one here.
Adam Sherrick will punt for the 3rd time tonight. Snap is clean. Takes his time, gets off a wobbly kick, but a good one again. Nice punt work by Sherrick tonight. Ball hits and rolls past Ryan Benner. It's heading toward the end zone. It'll be down to in play, however, and EJ's going to have a mile to go. It's inside the 5-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. But the Tigers are in trouble as far as field position goes right now. Still no score in the ball game, however. 5:26 to go in the first half.
I'll say one thing there. Punter can punt the ball a nice spiral. And when you get that spiral, what happens is when it hits the ground, it tends to tumble forward for more yardage. That's what it did right there. And EJ has a ways to go. But at least their offense in Millersburg is on the sideline where they're safe.
Just inside the 5-yard line. Walters sets him down. Benner, the tailback, is in his own end zone. Instead to get the Strasser, and that's good for a couple of yards, but not much more. Hoover with the tackle, along with Brad Scheidler of Millersburg on the left side of the Indian defense. Give him a 2-yard gain to Strasser. It'll be 2nd and 8. Joshua Strasser, 4 carries so far tonight for 28 yards for the Tigers. Albert Collier back in the ballgame now for the Tigers. Shane Strasser comes out.
And you know, you got to be real careful down that part of the real estate down there, really close. A little mistake could be the ball game.
Well, the Tigers have been winning the field position battle so far up until that punt by Sherrick. 2nd and 8. Walters turns, hands the ball off to Benner, trying the left side, brought down there, but still struggling. Mike Rothermel tackles Ryan Benner, but not before Benner tacked on some extra yards with 2nd effort. Close to a first down, but he'll be about 1.5 yards shy. It'll bring up 3rd and a long yard.
You just can't keep Ryan Benner down. He had about 2 guys on him. He's full loose and got 1 or 2 more yards. And not too bad a position here, 3rd down and 1 for the Tigers. Watch out for that little sneaky play that Coach Al likes to run.
Okay, they set him down. Collier in motion, coming to the near side. They give the ball off to Strasser, and he is stopped. I don't think he got it. Brad Scheidler in on the tackle for the Indians. And they will have to punt.
And again, this punt coming up must be a nice clean snap and a nice catch and kick. He would drop the ball and it was out of the end zone. It is a safety, if I'm correct about that.
Reichenbach will be hitting it in the field of play. He should be out of the end zone by the time he hits it. Snap is clean. It is up. It's a line drive punt. It's going to bounce at the 35, rolling to midfield. It's getting a nice Tiger roll. The 45 of Millersburg at the 44. It'll be down. So the Tigers catch a break on the roll off the punt from Derek Reichenbach.
So, one thing about it, we did our homework, Kurt, you and I, defensive ball game, no scoring as of yet, 0-0, 3:01 to go in the first half, and EJ's defense looking pretty good so far tonight, again tested here 3 minutes to go in the first half.
The Tigers call a timeout with 3 minutes, 1 second left in the first half. It's East Juniata nothing, Millersburg nothing. We'll be back right after this message.
Value is a word used a lot these days in a competitive auto market. Regester Chevrolet Geo has understood the meaning of value for 60 years. Regesters has competitive pricing and a top-notch service department to stand behind every vehicle sold. It's simple. Purchase your next vehicle from Regesters and get more value for your dollar. Find out why for over 60 years. Satisfaction is guaranteed at Regester Chevrolet Geo in Thompsontown.
Back at Dietrich Field, Kurt Dreibelbis, Brian Baker, Karen Summers. We have TVL football action. The East Juniata Tigers and the Millersburg Indians are scoreless. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Millersburg with the ball at their own 44-yard line. Helt and Hoover again in the backfield. Rothermel turns, gives the ball to Matt Helt. He is dropped at once. Dan Chubb shooting the gap and hauling down Matt Helt for no gain.
So like that article in the Patriot said today, you can see tonight, unlike most EJTs of the past, not one person's getting the tackle. I'm talking 3 or 4 jerseys making gang tackles every time, and when they do, the guy's not going anywhere.
2:36 and rolling. Second down and 10 for Millersburg. The Indians have the quarterback. Takes the pass. They hand it off to Helt. He's running the far side. Big flag coming from the secondary of Millersburg, from the backfield of Millersburg. Big gain by Helt, but we'll see if it stands.
And you know what play that was? The old Statue of Liberty play. The running back stands there all by himself. Stands there, does not move. And when he does, the quarterback slips it right into his stomach, and off he goes. A big penalty against Millersburg, I do believe.
Wiping out a big gain by Helt. A 15-yard clip against the Indians, and there was no hesitation on the official's part. That flag came flying. He threw the flag about 15 yards. And that's exactly how many yards are marched off against the Indians from the spot of the infraction. It'll put it back to the 40-yard line. It'll be second and long, second and 15 for Millersburg. So they had the first down. They bring it back. Second and 15 coming up.
And so far tonight, Kurt, 4 penalties against Millersburg for 40 yards. EJ 0 penalties. It could be a factor later on.
Well, Kurt and Millersburg so far, second and 15. They pitch the ball to Hoover. Not much room to run on the far sideline, but he picks up a nice gain, tiptoeing in front of his bench. About a 7-yard pickup. It'll be third down.
So again, 40-yard penalties so far with the Millersburg team on 4 penalties for 40 yards. And I tell you what, so far the breaks as far as penalties go to East Juniata High School, and you must take advantage of every single one when you're playing an undefeated team and you have them on your home turf.
Tell you what, except for the wind, it's a beautiful night for a ball game. The front has not moved through yet. Pleasant temperatures. Pleasant ball game. Third and 9. Rothermel drops back. Ball is tipped in the air. Picked off. Here comes East Juniata on the near sideline. It's Dressler. Jim Dressler. He is knocked out of bounds. Deep in Millersburg territory. It'll be first and 10 for the Tigers.
And this is why, Kurt, I love high school football the best, because when you least expect it, the see it on the unexpected, it happened. Ball tipped up the end of the 14th Dressler, and boy, this E.J. Faithful there on their feet, ready for their Tigers to go in.
Well, they say now Tim Dressler stepped out of bounds at about the 32-yard line, but still a big turnover and a first down for the Tigers. A minute 44 is all that's left, however, in the first half. Walters sets him down, turns, hands the ball off to Benner. No, he takes it, keeps it, close on the far sideline. Incomplete, trying to hook up with Jason Logan, the big tight end, but incomplete. It'll be second and 10.
And boy, the Walters fired that ball into a stiff way. Nice tight spiral, and the man was open for a brief time there. I like that call in first down, trying to catch the Millersburg team off guard. And second down and 10, about 1:39 to go. And boy, if EJ could just stick one in before halftime, they would come out sky high for a third period.
Well, not only that, but they'd be only the third team to score on this Millersburg team all year. Juniata got 2 touchdowns And I believe it was Schuylkill Haven got one. And that's been it. 4 shutouts for the Indians. They have almost a half of one now, but it's 2nd and 10. A minute 39 to go in the first half. Walters back to pass, getting pressure, looking for a screen. Completes it to Strasser. He's got room in the near sideline. He's heading for the end zone. Step in, step back, touchdown! Tigers! Rock and roll is here! My favorite play in all of football, the screenplay. No penalty flag. We're talking 6 points. EJ takes the lead. Yeah! Just a beautiful, beautiful screen pass. That's the way they design them. They let the Indians come in. There was a lot of pressure on Walters. He looped the ball over the rush. Joshua Strasser picked it up at about the 40-yard line, tiptoed toward the end zone, blew past a couple of defenders, and scored 6-0. EJ on top. Try for point is up. It is good. A long wait for it. But the East Juniata Tigers have scored and added the extra point. It's 7-0. A minute 29 to go in the first half. The EJ Tigers on top of the Millersburg Indians. We'll be back right after this message.
Right parts in all the right places. Napa's putting smiles on American faces.
From now until October 31st at Mounts Auto Supply in Mifflintown, you can get a Napa 60-month power battery for just $42.95 with trade-in. Enjoy the security of a Napa battery and save money too. Visa and MasterCard are accepted. That's Mounts Auto Supply, a quarter-mile east of Mifflintown on Old Route 22. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 7, Saturday, 8 till 3.
Back at Dietrich Field, and the Tigers have shocked the Indians. EJ on top, 7-0, late in the first half.
And Kurt, I tell you one thing, after a lot of folks at home right now in their cars are repairing their speakers, after we just blew them out with that call, to calm down. Now, you could not design a screen pass better than this ran. There was nobody there. And we're talking, what they had to do was get in the end zone. They're going to be sky high.
All right, line drive kickoff coming up. Indians will pick it up at about their 20-yard line. Here comes Hoover with it. He's dropped. Chris Hoover is shooting for the far sideline, but he's dropped down almost at once by number 44, Shane Strasser. Millersburg will have it 1st and 10.
I tell you what, it's great they're ahead, but now what they're going to do is it's tight. There's a minute 23 left in the first half. The defense got a hold against it. Okay, we scored, nobody else could recently in Millersburg. They're going to play 1 minute and 15 seconds to go into halftime ahead.
Clock is rolling. 1st and 10 for Millersburg. See if they can tie it up late in the first half. They pitch it on the far sideline to Hoover. Not much happening. A fired up homecoming crowd here for the East Juniata Tigers. Honoring the 25th anniversary of EJ football.
And what better way to celebrate than to have a win tonight and be tied for first place in the TVL. Could happen tonight here at Dietrich Field.
Still plenty of ball to go, of course. 40 seconds left in this half and another half to go. 2nd and 9. After Hoover picked up a yard, Rossimo dropping back to pass. Throws it in the middle. It's complete. And caught. It's on the ground. Wait. There's a fumble. The pass was complete. And EJ ball. Adam Sherrick caught the pass, but was drilled and dropped it. They ruled it a fumble. EJ will have it. And Sherrick rather is down. He is hurt.
Who was that for East Juniata High School? He
didn't catch it. I tell you what, I didn't see it, and neither did Adam Sherrick. He caught the pass and cut to about the 44-yard line, but was dropped big time. And when he did, he coughed up the ball. And East Juniata will take over with 27 seconds left in the first half.
Okay.
Excuse me, Brian, there's a hush here because Adam Sherrick is still on the ground, but he's up now. And he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Okay, head coach Al Green got 7 points ahead. The sun is staying, but stay in the ball. He tried to hit one more. Now have to run that screen play again. What would you do in a situation?
I would go for it. I would. I trust my defense that if pass would be picked off, we can shut them down, but we'll have to wait and see. First and 10, East Juniata with the ball and a 7-0 lead. Clock running now. EJ in Millersburg territory at the 39-yard line. Albert Collier in motion to the far side. Ball is on the ground, picked up though by Walters. He has time to throw it and throws it out of bounds. Heady play by Mike Walters. The ball was dropped by Walters, but it bounced right back up to him. He rolled to the sideline and tossed it out of bounds, incomplete.
I tell you, that boy was only a 10th grader, knew exactly what to do with it. He kept his head, he fumbled the ball, kept his head, picked it up, and threw it out of bounds. And the way it looks, with the time winding down, EJ will have a 7-0 advantage, and they'll be sky high coming up in the second half.
Well, there are 8 seconds left, time for a play or two. Probably just this one. Walters takes the snap, hands the ball off to Joshua Strasser. There's a flag on the play. And Strasser picked up about 3 or 4 yards, but we'll see what the yellow laundry is all about. Second and 10 was the play. And they're going to call what? They're still talking it over with EJ, which would lead you to believe it may be against Millersburg, but they're calling an illegal crackback block against the East Juniata Tigers.
Well, being a former receiver myself, it was one of the most dangerous hits you can do as a crackback block. I tried to, have done it in the NFL, and they're trying to do it in high school as well, but not done. And, the last 3 games I've seen with East Juniata High School, Juniata's big upset, Newport last week in this game, the play selection by East Juniata as a Coach Howard and whole brain trust is unbelievable. It's almost picture perfect. Just when you think they're going to run the ball, they pass, and that screen play, one of my favorite plays, one of the best effective plays in all football, and on that touchdown run, it was to perfection how they ran that.
Absolutely. It's one of those, it's almost as if they say, what's the play that they are least looking for? That's the one we're going to call. But the illegal block below the waist called against the East Juniata Tigers will send the Tigers back 15 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be 2nd and 22 with just 4 seconds and 1 play left in the first half.
And Curtis, throughout the evening, we're going to be trying to get the some Juniata updates too, because WJUN AM, the entire sports team, you, me, Karen, and Alan Woodling, and Danny working down at the Upper Dauphin, and we'll have some Juniata scores updates throughout the night because WJUN Sports is on the road 2 places tonight.
And we will have that to pass along to you at halftime. Of course, we'll have some statistics to throw to you, numbers freaks, for those of you who like to follow the numbers that we have. But the big number right now is 7-0. East Juniata on top. A 32-yard screen pass went the distance. A touchdown for the Tigers. The only score of the game, and only the 4th touchdown scored on Millersburg this season. EJ with the ball. They're back to the line of scrimmage after they called timeout. And they give the ball to Albert Collier on the end around. Give Collier a 7-yard pickup, but that will do it for the first half. Listen to the hand.
Take her a shocked Millersburg team off the field they go. Only the 4th team to score them all year long, and they are in a shocked state right now.
That is the end of the first half with the score East Juniata 7, Millersburg nothing. We'll be back to talk about it after this 2-minute break.
Cure your case of the hungries with one trip to Best Mart in Mifflintown. Stop after the game for chili dogs, 2 for 89 cents. If you're in the mood for something different, build your own salad at Best Mart's new salad bar. And you'll want to take advantage of the October Bonanza on Drake's Family Pack Case. Choose from yodels, pick-em-ups, or fruit pies, 2 boxes for just $3. There's only one place to find values like this. Best Mart, Old Route 22 in Mifflintown.
It's Value Bonanza time at Normandy Clark & Son at Honey Grove and in Loysville. Today through Saturday, save on Ford New Holland's finest, like a Model 256 hay rake. Value Bonanza price at just $27.50. Clark's also features a New Holland 250 skid loader. Value Bonanza price $69.95. 1% financing is available to qualified buyers. It's Value Bonanza time at Normandy Clark & Son, Honey Grove and Loysville. Open today 8 till 4:30, Saturday 8 till noon.
Ache from a broken pen ruins an expensive dress shirt, and a pure silk blouse covered in pizza. A little DD7 and they're like new.
I removed ancient wine stains from an antique tablecloth.
Call 1-800-453-5500 and remove blood, rust.
just $8.99, or choose large prints for the same low price. High-quality developing, next-day service at Beward Pharmacy, 111 Bridge Street, Mifflintown, where every day is Tuesday. Value is a word used a lot these days in a competitive auto market. Regester Chevrolet Geo has understood the meaning of value for 60 years. Regesters has competitive pricing and a top-notch service department to stand behind every vehicle sold. It's simple. Purchase your next vehicle from Regesters and get more value for your dollar. Find out why for over 60 years. Satisfaction is guaranteed at Regester Chevrolet Geo in Thompsontown.
Back at Dietrich Field, Kurt Dreibelbiz, Brian Baker, and Karen Summers. It's halftime, and the EJ Tigers have a 7-0 lead over the Millersburg Indians. It is homecoming 1992 for the Tigers. Some lovely young ladies and some beautiful cars on the far side as we go through the homecoming festivities here at Dietrich Field. And Brian, tell you what, it is going to be a long halftime with all the festivities going on here, but the EJ Tiger players are probably just as soon be out there right now. They have a 7-0 lead, and they look pretty fired up coming off the field.
I tell you what, like we said, we're all calmed down now after the speakers have been blown. I tell you, that screen pass could be the play of the ball game, because the defensive game up to this point could be the big scoring opportunity, and gives Joshua Strasser, too. They set it up right. The quarterback Walters set up perfectly, waited the last possible second, drew him right in, and when Strasser got the ball, all he saw was green real estate. He turned on the afterburners, and he was drawn, of course, into a stiff win. The kicker for East Juniata High School, his name, who was that? It eludes me who the kicker was in that, but a beautiful kick, extra point, good. So EJ, but keep in mind, Millersburg will get the kickoff to begin the second half. And I believe if somehow EJ can defensively stop in the first drive, get the ball back and put it in, that could seal it for the big win. I'm feeling good about tonight.
Well, we're at halftime in this ball game here, and at Elizabethville tonight, they're also just at halftime, and the Juniata Indians and Upper Dauphin Trojans are going at it. Upper Dauphin has a 12-9 lead at halftime. We'll be checking in with that game a little bit later on, but EJ on top at the half. Juniata trailing by 3 in the first half of that ball game. Well, let's take a look at some statistics that we have them individually tonight for the ball game. And both teams keeping it on the ground.
I'd like to introduce our reigning homecoming queen, Miss Holly Benner, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Tyron Benner of Thompsontown. Holly is currently a freshman at Elizabethtown College, where she is majoring in communications, a member of the varsity field hockey team, and vice president of the freshman class. Fazek of Corcolamus. Karen participates in field hockey, the track, senior high school squad, National Honor Society, and is an editor of the yearbook. She is also a member of Brown's United Methodist Church in Corcolamus and is in the church handbell choir. Her future plans are to attend college majoring in occupational therapy. Her favorite song is Save the Best for Last by Vanessa Williams. Her favorite color is fuchsia and her favorite flower is the rose. She is being driven in a white and silver 1960 Corvette owned by Ted Birchfield of Mifflintown. She is being escorted by Mac Naylor, son of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Naylor of McAllisterville. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Karen Sue Fazek. Our third candidate for this evening is Tanya Marie Hockenbrock. Tanya is the daughter of Carl and Jane Hockenbrock of Oriental. She participates in band, track, and attends the Dressel Ridge United Methodist Church. She is in the Richardville Midnight Youth Group. Her future plans are to attend nursing school. Her favorite song is I Will by the Beatles. Her favorite color is purple and her favorite flower is the rose. She is being driven in a blue 1969 Corvette owned by Roger Messimer of Mount Pleasant Mills. She is escorted this evening by Matthew Dennis Miser. Matthew is the son of Dennis and Mary Lou Miser of Evendale. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tanya Marie Hockenbrock. The fourth candidate for this evening is April Croucher. April is the daughter of Will Croucher of Thompsontown and Becky Croucher of New Jersey. She participates in varsity hockey, basketball, and softball. She is on the yearbook staff, chorus, and is in the National Honor Society. She attends the East Salem United Methodist Church. Her future plans are to attend Penn University, and double major in nurse psychology. She is being driven in a 1963 white Chevy Corvette. Her favorite song is Lady in Red. Her favorite color is burgundy and her favorite flower is the red thorn rose. Her escort for this evening is Scott Leitzel. Scott is the son of Mervyn and Clay Leitzel of Richfield. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss April Croucher. Final candidate for 1992 homecoming queen is Heidi Meister. Heidi is the daughter of Roy and Susan Meister of East Salem. Heidi participates in field hockey, basketball, softball, the National Honor Society, marching band majorette, yearbook staff, and the student council. She attends East Salem United Methodist Church. Her favorite song is Can't Fight This Feeling. Her favorite color is deep purple, and her favorite flower is the red rose. Her future plans are to attend college and major in physical therapy. She is being driven in a 1988 sky blue Corvette convertible owned by Buzz Howard. Her escort this evening is Chad Barth. Chad is the son of Kenneth and Dixie Barth of Corcolamus. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Heidi Meister. May I present the 1992 homecoming court. We would like to thank East Juniata Student Council for their sponsorship of the homecoming activities this evening. Also, students grades 9 through 12 and all alumni are invited to the dance after the game. It will be held at East Juniata and end at 11:30. And now, the 1992
presented, and the 1992-93 homecoming queen for the East Juniata Tigers, Miss April Kratzer. Congratulations to April and the entire homecoming court. Good-looking group out there, Big.
Sure is, and well, being one of those type of people, I can tell you they are. And April Kratzer can always say I was the homecoming queen 1992 at East Juniata High School on a potential hurricane. But anyhow, and watch out for her in the local papers and the good-looking court out there. And I was hearing Joel over here read the rundowns of the achievements of most of these girls. Talking about smart, good. Classy ladies out there. And you know, Kurt, we have a brand new addition to the WJUN sports team, Karen Summers, and she's with us to the broadcast throughout the year, and a brand new IBM computer here for all the statistics. And Karen, welcome to the WJUN sports team. We appreciate having you here. Nice to have a little lady action here for, you smell a little better than Kurt does, by the way, as far as the cologne there.
Thank you very much.
That's not saying much.
Well,
no, it doesn't take much to smell better than me.
But, you know, men's cologne doesn't quite do it for me like the women's does. Anyhow, Karen, there's a lot of things happening in the play possession, your chart you did there, and looks like for Millersburg in the first quarter, their first drive, 34-yard line of their own with 3 plays and had to punt. Their second possession of the first quarter, their 14-yard line, their own, 4 plays, had to punt again. Second quarter action, they started on the 24 of their own when 8 plays. That drive stalled, had to punt for a third straight time. And then the fourth series offensively for Millersburg, 4 plays and out because of an interception. That was on their own 44. And the big one was Millersburg their own 23-yard line when 2 plays fumbled the ball, and that's when EJ got the ball back and took it down to pay dirt. And look at East Juniata High School in the first quarter, as according to the statistics by Karen Summers, I'm like, well, you're right there too. The first drive, 27-yard line of East Juniata High School, they went 7 plays, looked really good, fumbled the ball, unfortunately. And then the second drive on their own 20 after a touchback, went 6 plays for East Juniata High School. They had to punt the ball. In the second quarter action, they started on their own 40-yard line in the first series of the second quarter. 3 plays, had to punt. And then the series number 4 on their own 5-yard line, deep in their own territory, 4 plays, had to punt the ball. Then the big one, the big fifth, make that the 5th series of the night. East Juniata High School got that fumble from Millersburg on the 32-yard line of their own, and 2 plays later, 32-yard line of Millersburg to be exact, when 2 plays, the screen pass and the touchdown, the one that made it 7-0 as well. And looking at the last drive of the first half, Millersburg's own 39-yard line, they started and went to halftime, no score on that. And thanks, Karen, for that little bit of information, and we appreciate that. Looking forward to talking to you more. You're so talkative off the air, but on the air, though.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
Looking real good there. And looking at the Millersburg team, they've had the big factor so far, Kurt, 4 penalties for 40 yards. They had 1 fumble they kept, 1 fumble they lost, and 1 interception. And for EJ in the penalty column, a perfect night, 0 penalties. They lost 1 fumble, and that's the way the halftime stats look, according to Karen Summers, a brand new statistician with a brand new IBM computer. And I tell you, everything falling so far EJ's way as far as the penalties, as far as the breaks, and the touchdown, and the lead.
I'll tell you one thing that may not be following EJ's way is the weather right now. It is raining. It's a wind-blown rain, not a whole lot of rain, but what rain that is there is really being whipped about and is blowing from our right to our left. In other words, from north to south for the most part here at Dietrich Field. So a very stormy evening on the horizon right now. The Tigers are back out, and they are ready to go. We're waiting for Millersburg after homecoming has ended.
And the thing I'm kind of worried about is when a team like East Juniata High School running an emotional high after success this year so far, when you get ahead of a team that's undefeated, you cannot sit back and admire your work. If you do, you will be in trouble. They got to play like they're behind. If they do that, and they can stop them here, because Millersburg will recede to begin the second half. If they can stop them, get the ball back and put it in, that could be the final nail in the coffin as the wind's blowing the chandeliers up above.
Well, on the far sideline, the Millersburg fans are sticking around. They're just in foul weather gear right now. And, of course, here on this sideline, the EJ fans are hanging around, too. They're, as you said, not going to go anywhere, but the weather may be playing a factor in the second half of football here tonight. Got a reminder for you, the Juniata Indians are also at halftime in their game at Upper Dauphin, and Upper Dauphin has a 12-9 lead at halftime in that Tri-Valley League contest. Juniata coming into the ball game, as is Upper Dauphin, with overall records of 3-3 in the TVL. Upper Dauphin is 2-2, and also Juniata 2-2. So they're squared up in both league and non-league records.
But the big key factor is that EJ, a hometown team, playing a team across the river, and Juniata is already across the river. If they both win, there'll be some serious happy fans here to kick off the weekend.
Next week, the EJ Tigers will host the Line Mountain Eagles 1 week from tonight, and we'll have that ball game for you here on 92.5 FM. Later on this weekend in Tri-Valley League play, Line Mountain will be at Halifax tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you very much.
And also, Newport is at Pine Grove tonight in a Twin Valley Conference game. The Buffaloes not in Tri-Valley League action tonight, but in Twin Valley League action. And, of course, Upper Dauphin hosting Juniata, and Millersburg and EJ right here. So next week it's EJ hosting Line Mountain. Halifax will be at Millersburg next Friday night. The Juniata Indians have non-league action next Friday night at Mifflinburg against the Wildcats. And Upper Dauphin and Newport will tangle in Buffalo territory. So there are some key TVL games still to come, as there are tonight. The Indians are back out on the field. The second half is not too far away from beginning. We'll be back with it right after this 60-second break.
Deal with it.
What did you say?
Deal with it.
Deal with it. Deal with what?
I'm dealing with the aftermath of that awesome workout at Go-Getters yesterday.
Yeah, what'd you do, 2 push-ups?
No, I took advantage of the new free weights and the new Nautilus equipment.
Free weights? I thought they only had Nautilus.
Not. Place is full of new equipment, and for only $10 a week, you can use the new free weights, sauna, and Whirlpool, and even get a tan.
Oh, now that's a slick'em deal. Next thing you're going to tell me they can style my hair.
That's right, in our beauty salon. It's all at Go-Getters in Mifflintown.
When you decide to get an opinion from the Trout Chiropractic Center, you can expect to get an expert evaluation and examination of your spine. Dr. Gary is trained in locating, analyzing, and adjusting misaligned vertebrae, which may be pinching spinal nerves. Any misalignment within the spine and hip could be a cause for major concern and could be the cause of your health problems. Call the Trout Chiropractic Center in Mifflintown today for your health's sake.
Welcome back to Dietrich Field in Mifflintown. Kurt Dreibelberg with Brian Baker and Karen Summers. Second half about to begin. Millersburg will receive the ball to start the second half. And the wind and rain continue. Let's see if we can crack a window here. I don't know. Give it a shot. How's that?
Instant air conditioning.
Instant air conditioning.
Good.
It's really a bizarre sight. The rain next to the lights is just being whipped all over the place here. But there's not a whole lot of rain. It's not driving rain at all.
And boy, at the wind at the back of number 66, Ryan Wynn for East Juniata High School, I think he could boom one into the end because that wind is right at his back. If he gets it up in the air, it might go through the uprights, so with that wind going out his back.
Something to keep in mind, EJ will be moving into that wind in the second or the fourth quarter. Anyhow, Wynn kicks off to start the second half. A line drive taken by Chris Huber, coming right up the middle with it. He's out to the 40-yard line and brought down right at the 40-yard line. First and 10 for Millersburg. And Ryan, we're going to think there are all kinds of penalty flags out there. There are yellow leaves all over Dietrich Field.
It's that time of year. Falling leaves. We like that. We got from a color person. Colorful leaves.
We'll never see a penalty marker out there. Looks like there's 100 penalty markers on every play. First and 10, Millersburg, trailing 7-0 at halftime. The Indians with Rothermel hands the ball off to Chris Huber, and not much happening. Another defensive move by Ryan Wynn, Ryan Benner, and a couple other Tigers. Maybe a yard gain, 2nd and 9.
If you're Coach Muskin is at halftime, what do you say? I mean, They're very hard to score against. They did it at the end of the first half there. What do you say? We'll tell you after this play.
Jared Shadle split wide to the near side for Millersburg. Rothenwald turns, hands the ball off, and it dropped. Is it on the ground? It's no gain, but we'll see if there was a fumble in the backfield. EJ with tough defense. No fumble on the play, but a loss on the play. That play looked messed up from the start. Hoover with the carry. He lost the yard that he gained on the previous play. It'll be 3rd and 10.
It's going to be tough because the quarterback number 12, Rothermel, I tell you, the wind and the rain right in his face.
And a penalty marker before the snap. Probably too much time, but we'll wait and see what happened. Rothermel was having trouble getting somebody set in the backfield, but the flag was thrown right away. And they're talking it over. It was before the snap, so it is a dead ball foul, and it's offside against Millersburg. I didn't see who jumped or if they lined up offside.
Yeah, lined up offside, I believe, yep.
But that would not be a dead ball foul, would it? I don't know.
I'll have to ask the guys downstairs about that.
Okay. In any event, the 5-yard penalty brings up 3rd and 15 for Millersburg. Not the way they want to start the second half, trailing 7-0. Rothermel barks out the signals, drops back the pass, getting some pressure, sets up on the far side. It's caught by Hoover, I think, but it doesn't matter because he gained a yard, if anything. Not much doing on the Millersburg offense this time. They called it a complete pass, but no gain on the play. The 4th and 15.
And I'd say as far as the EJ defense, mission accomplished. Ryan Benner, the scrappy one, back about his own 30-yard line, and the wind at his back. The wind could be a factor.
Sherrick again to punt. High snap, but he hauls it in. Short kick. Poor kick. Coming right in front of EJ's bench. They clear away from it. Takes the Millersburg roll, however, and rolls out of bounds in front of the East Juniata bench at about the 41-yard line. The Tigers have set it up 1st and 10. East Juniata leading 7-0.
And I tell you what, of course, if I was going to do any passing in the ball game, I would do it right now when the wind at your back, because I tell you that wind is stiff, going from now right to left. And the first half of what I said EJ had to do, defensive hold. Now if they can get a score here, looking pretty good.
9:35 to go in the 3rd period. Mike Walters again the quarterback. I formation in the backfield. Walters takes the snap, turns, puts it in the stomach of Joshua Strasser. He gains a yard and is dropped. Dropped hard by number 22. Check that, number 62 for the Indians. That's Shannon Rothermel. A yard pickup, 2nd and 9.
Must be brothers.
62 Shannon Rothermel of the Indians.
But keep in mind, I say from experience, when that ball gets wet, they don't know what used to be called pigskin, whatever it's made of now. I tell you, it gets wet, it gets slippery, and the horn takes the ball.
9 minutes to go in the 3rd period. 7-0 EJ, 2nd and 9 for the Tigers at their own 43-yard line. Walters turns, pitches the ball to Ryan Benner. He has trouble, flies forward and dives for another yard or two, but nothing big. Tackle made by number 80, or rather make that number 66. And number 89. 66 is Brad Brunner. 89 is Adrian Folkroad. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Wouldn't the screen to the wide side be nice right now? I think I'd like that.
Well, the screen went to the left side for a TD. The game's only 4 earlier. We'll see what happens here. On 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. They step down. Walters takes the snap, turns, gives the ball to Benner. Benner tries the right side, and he is dropped well shy of the first down. Give him about 3 yards. It'll be 4th and 3, and the Tigers will punt.
Damon Sherrick and the big gorilla tackle on number 63 for Millersburg. So yes, you're a Millersburg fan. Your mission's accomplished now. And a big punt coming up here for East Juniata High School. If they can get it up in the wind, it'll go a mile.
I said before tonight's ball game, if there are 2 touchdowns scored, that may be a lot. So far, there's only been 1. Derek Reichenbach to punt for the Tigers. He'll hit the ball at about his 40-yard line. High snap, it's loose in the backfield. Reichenbach picks it up. Can he get a kickoff? Yes, but it's going to be poor. It kicks it almost up to us, mate.
I got it.
It's well into the stands. I mean, he didn't just put it into the cheerleaders, he put it into the stands, but a fine effort by Derek Reichenbach. The snap was high. He hauled it in, rolled to the near sideline to the EJ bench, and did well just to get a foot on it. It's going to be about, it's going to be a negative punt, if you can believe that.
Not a bad play at all. I tell you what, a mixed-up play. The snapper had to snap it extra hard in the wind, a little bit high. Not a bad play at all by the punter now.
So the Indians catch a huge break. 1st and 10 for Millersburg at the EJ 42-yard line. Hand off to Matt Held. Matt Held is dropped, and I'm telling you what, the Tigers have done a job on number 24 so far tonight. Chris Hoover's got his yards. He's got to work for them. And Held has 26 yards, but they have been hard-earned yards. Matt Held gains 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Split wide to the far side is Ryan Tobias. Wide to the near side for Millersburg, Jared Shadle. Elton Hoover in the backfield. Rothwell keeps it. They pitch to Hoover. He's in trouble. Can Ryan Benner run him down? He does.
Oh, he's quick.
Nice effort by Hoover to pick up maybe a yard because Benner was on him in a hurry, but still not much doing. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
He got past Benner, but Benner slowed him down considerably. And again, the defense of EJ, they are playing their hearts out tonight. They want to be tied for first place, probably near the first time maybe ever in EJ history.
Well, certainly the first time this late in the season, you would think. 3rd and 6, Millersburg gets the ball, trailing by 7 points. Rothermel drops back to pass, looking to his right, getting pressure, throws it on the far sideline. It is incomplete. Intended for Shane Phillips. Phillips was there. The ball slipped out of his breadbasket. He had to dive for it a little bit, but Phillips would probably say he should have had that one, but it's incomplete, 4th and 6.
Well, see, now I'm a receiver. I never wore gloves, and people that wear gloves, even in the NFL, why? Why do you do that for? And I think because the gloves are wet, that ball was very catchable, a nice route by number 31, but when the ball hit those wet gloves, off it went, and EJ gets the ball back.
Again, Adam Sherrick to punt. High snap, but he brings it in. Line drive kick just barely gets over the heads of the players. And it will be picked up on the far sideline. He's breaking free. Ryan Benner. He's coming to midfield. He's on his way. The flags all over the place. Ryan Benner may go. He is well on the way. But we'll see what the flag's about. It will probably come back, but let's wait and see. Mr. Cliff. He clipped him. Ryan Benner picked up the punt and almost turned this place upside down, but it's going to come back. Flags were flying in the middle of that punt return. Ryan Benner, I didn't think he should have picked the ball up, to tell you the truth.
And I was saying pick it up. A nice slow bounce, and people are waiting for it. He picked it up because everybody's gathered around watching the ball. That's when I think you should pick it up and run it. He did, and it paid off, but now the big clip I saw right in the middle of the ball field there. But I tell you what, number 13, Ryan Benner, if we had one of those MVP awards, he's playing his heart out
position than they would have had the punt stood and Benner not fielded it.
Now they're going to call it a holding. I thought it was going to be
out, but all in all, not a bad turn of events for EJ, especially after that short punt the last time they had the ball. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They give it to Ryan Benner. He's still turning. He's at the 45-yard line. Give him 7 or 8 yards on the carry. Ryan Benner just ran a punt back, almost coast to coast. And who do they give it to? The guy you think's tired? No, he's not tired.
Number 13.
He is pumped beyond belief. He must go on about 5'9", 5'10" out there. And I tell you what, that the run back by him did not count. But I tell you what, it sends a message to the Millersburg team. Says, hey, we are who we say we are. You proved us why you are number 1.
9-yard pickup for Benner. It's 2nd and 7. Walters turns, hands the ball off again to Benner. This time he's cut down to the backfield. It'll be a loss on the play for the EJ Tigers.
Ryan Benner again, the ball carrier.
That's where you want to be, about 3rd down and 1, and you have a wide variety of play selections. And again, the wind's still slowing down a little bit here. Still a little bit of late mist falling down. About 4:45 to go in the 3rd period. EJ ahead of the unbeaten Millersburg team 7-0, and they had the ball.
4:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 2 as Benner lost a yard on that carry. Walters takes it and hands the ball off to Strasser. He plows ahead, close to a 1st down. He's got it.
This EJ team, they were completely pumped up. Last 2 weeks, big wins, and I tell you what, I have to say honestly, so far dominating both lines, both series, offensively and defensively, and they're moving it well.
1st and 10 for the East Juniata Tigers. Ball just shy of midfield in EJ territory. 4 minutes and rolling. Left to go in quarter number 3. 7-0. East Juniata on top. Looking to cause a tie in the Tri-Valley League standing. Walters, back to pass. Rolling to the near side. Floats it on the left side. Logan is out there, incomplete. I tell you what, they're going to hook up one of these times. Jason Logan and Mike Walters, the 3rd time they've almost hooked up, but not yet.
Well, you know what? Logan had 3 defenders around him, and he still was wide open. He had, if the ball would have been a little bit, it was kind of overthrown. Again, the wind is blowing on his back. That's probably why. If that ball was a strike, he could have went all the way. But see, every single, even though they're not completed, it's sending messages to the Middlesburg bench that says, hey, we're going to try everything, and if we're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us here in the ball field.
That's right. They can't key on the running game totally. Logan is really a big target. 2nd and 10. They turn, hand the ball off to Collier. The ball's loose. Ball is on the ground. Who has it? Big scramble for it. The Indians say they have it. And the officials agree. A turnover. It'll be 1st and 10 for Millersburg at the 48-yard line of the Indians. Albert Collier running the slot around or the end around or the wide receiver around play, whatever you want to call it, and the ball just squirted out of there like a banana.
That's a shame, too, because that little end around play that we call it, it was wide open. He was nobody out here perfect blocking. He could have went a long way, but when the ball's wet, you got to hold it real tight. Ball goes to Millersburg.
7-0 EJ. Millersburg 1st and 10. Rossimal turns, hands the ball off to Hoover. He's dropped by Jason Logan. Bing! Give him maybe a 2-yard gain on the play as he spun and got a few yards, but nothing big. It'll be 2nd and 8.
No shame there, too, for Coyle, because tell you what, he would have went a mile. With his speed, he could have took it maybe all the way. But nevertheless, got to deal with what the cards are dealt, and the Millersburg's got the ball, and the defense is tested again for East Juniata High School.
And the rain is picking up now, and so is the wind. It's getting worse. Rossimal pitches the ball to Hoover on the far sideline, skips past one tackler, and is brought down shy of a 1st down, but about a 4 or 5 yard gain for Chris Hoover, taking the pitch from Mike Rossimal of the Indians.
For a game.
And then the EJ defense being tested over and over and over. It's going to be a defensive ball game. If the game will end right now, it's 2:29 to go. EJ up 7-0, and a shocker so far.
Rossimal has the team down. EJ jumps, but they get back. Rossimal back to pass. Fires on the far sideline. Is it complete? It's right in front of the Millersburg bench from the far sideline. And yes, they say he caught it. But it looks like he might be a half-yard shy of a 1st down.
Well, the referee right there, right at the play, can't complain about that, right there on top of it. And strange weather here. Not really a rain. It looks like rain, then there's like mist. It's like fall. Maybe we're in Niagara Falls. Somewhere like that. I don't know. That's on the Color Man.
2 yards and go. It is. It's not really a driving rain at all. It's sort of a mist, but following the 2-yard completion, it's 4th and less than a yard. The Indians will go for it just in EJ territory. Rossimal keeps it, calls his own number, and he plows ahead for a 1st down. The Indians will keep the ball and keep this drive going. 1:33 to go in the 3rd period. Millersburg trailing EJ 7-0.
And you have to watch, too, the EJ team, because I tell you, fatigue could be a factor, because when you play 2 ways, you got some experience, I can tell you, you get worn out doubly fast, and you got to suck it up here for EJ.
Tight formation for the Indians now. 3 men in the backfield, including Helt and Hoover. They turn and hand the ball off to Hoover. He's got some running room right up the middle. Brought down by a bunch of Tigers, including Shane Strasser. but a first down pickup of 10 or 11 yards. And we'll see where they mark it. Now they're going to say it's a 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 1, and the EJ Tigers have called timeout. With 1:05 to go in the third period, it's East Juniata 7, Millersburg nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Value is a word used a lot these days in a competitive auto market. Regester Chevrolet Geo has understood the meaning of value for 60 years. Regesters has competitive pricing and a top-notch service department to stand behind every vehicle sold. It's simple. Purchase your next vehicle from Regesters and get more value for your dollar. Find out why for over 60 years. Satisfaction is guaranteed at Regester Chevrolet Geo in Thompsontown.
And welcome back to Dietrich Field. Brian Baker, Kurt Gravelbus, and also Karen Summers, a brand new addition. Proud to have her here with us tonight as a bit of class to the guys. They're all usually an all-guy crew, now a lady, and I do mean lady here this evening. We're trying to get a Juniata upper office update for you, but right now we have 2nd down and 1 for Millersburg.
All right, they are back at it. EJ takes the blitz. They come with it on the near side. They get the ball to Hoover, and he pulls ahead for a first down. Give him about 2 yards on the play, but that's good enough for another Millersburg first down.
Well, if all goes as planned, 1 minute to go in the third period. 13 minutes away, EJ is. If they can hold 13 more minutes, they can be tied for number 1 before this night's over. But the defense, I tell you, if they win this ball game, the defense is the one that you get all the credit, because this high-powered Millersburg offense is virtually hard to stop, but they're doing it tonight.
Rothermore gets the ball to Hoover on the near sideline. Give him a gain of a couple on the play. 2nd down coming up. 20 seconds and rolling.
And boy, I tell you, the rain has stopped virtually here at Dietrich Field for the time being, but I tell you, the EJ faithful, nobody's left because they want to see their Tigers.
Indians on the march trying to score. They turn, hand the ball off to Hoover. He's all down from behind. Number 66, Ryan Wynn, pulls down Chris Hoover by the jersey at the final play of the third period. 12 minutes to go. Can the Tigers hold on? It's East Juniata 7, Millersburg nothing. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this 60-second break.
From now until October 31st at Mounts Auto Supply in Mifflintown, you can get a Napa 60-month power battery for just $42.95 with trade-in. Enjoy the security of a Napa battery and save money too. Visa and MasterCard are accepted. That's Mounts Auto Supply, a quarter-mile east of Mifflintown on Old Route 22. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 7, Saturday, 8 till 3.
Garden and lawn mowing just about finished for the year, huh? Well, what about next year? Get set for years to come with today's Value Bonanza at Normandy Clark & Son. A Ford GT85 lawn and garden tractor. Just $55.95. This 18-horsepower beauty features a big 48-inch mower. Ask Clark's about the 1% financing available. But hurry, the Value Bonanza sale ends Saturday. Visit Normandy Clark & Son, Honey Grove and in Loysville. Open 8 till 4:30 and Saturday 8 till noon.
We're back at Dietrich Field, ready to start the fourth period. East Juniata on top, 7-0. Millersburg on a drive. The Indians with the ball at the 30-yard line of EJ. 3rd and 10 coming up. Man in motion to the near side is Help. Back to pass Rothermore. Getting some pressure. Rolls to his right. Being pursued and knocked out of bounds or close to it. Does he stay in? He may be close to a first down depending on where they mark the ball. We're at a bit of a disadvantage here. We don't have a great angle. We'll see where they mark it. Nice scramble by Mike Rothermore. He'll pick up 8 yards on the scramble, so it will be 4th and 2. Of course, the Indians will go for it here.
This could be, as Keith Jackson says on ABC, one of the biggest plays of the ball game. And there's an update there, Kurt. You just got it for us in the third period. It is Upper Dauphin 24, Juniata 9. In trouble down in Upper Dauphin.
4th and 2. They pitch the ball back to Hoover, and he has a first down and more coming to the near sideline. He is being pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets a first down into EJ territory. The Tigers push Hoover out of bounds, but a first down pickup. He is down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Millersburg, looking to tie this baby up or take the lead.
And give number 62 for East Juniata, Mark Reeder, all the credit. He was the only EJ defender out there to stop a touchdown from being happening, and he shook off 2 blockers and made a tackle. Mark Reeder saved the touchdown, and a key defensive play.
12-yard pickup on the play by Hoover. 1st and 10. I think it's 1st and goal. In any event, Helt has the ball and is stopped by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tigers. Not much happening for Matt Helt. He has been relatively held in check so far tonight.
But you do see the difference between the EJ team and the past. Not one player depends on what he can make a tackle. They get 4 or 5 people all at one time to make the tackle. The gang tackles where it's at.
2nd down and 9. It is not 1st and goal. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown by about 1.5 yards. They pitch the ball back to Hoover. He's trying the right side. Here comes the Tiger defense. They're coming up. And there's no signal on the far side. He's brought down. It is going to be 3rd down. Hoover close to a first down. Hoover has been the workhorse for the Indians tonight. Pushed out of bounds by a couple of Tigers, including Shane Strasser, number 44. 3rd down and about 3. And again from the near side, this is Hoover heading for the end zone. He'll walk in and score the touchdown.
Well, you got to give it credit to Coach McSkinnis over in the Millersburg sideline. What did he run? 3 or 4 sweeps right in a row. EJ couldn't stop it, and they in for a touchdown.
Now the question is, do the Indians look to tie or go for 2? They're going to call timeout and talk about it. It's 7-6, East Juniata on top of Millersburg, and a crucial point of the ball game coming up, although there is plenty of time left. 10 minutes, 29 seconds left in the ball game. We'll keep it right here and see what happens on the try for extra point. But you called it, Brian. They went to some bread and butter basic offense. And the Indians ran a bunch of sweeps. Chris Hoover carried the ball. He's had it 18 times so far tonight, and he punches it in for a score.
Well, I believe that if I was McSkinnis in this situation with so much time left in the ball game, I would go for just a simple extra point. Now, if it was 2 or 3 minutes to go in the ball game, I would probably go for 2 at that point. But a lot of time to go, and it seems like on that drive, anyhow, at least over 13, 14 plays so far in that drive to get the touchdown. They kind of moved at their own pace and did score. So with 10 and a half to go approximately, I would go for 7, the extra point right here to make it 7 points, and we'll see what they do.
Well, the Indians have a fine kicker in David Russell. So while it's never automatic in high school, you would think the Indians would have a pretty good shot at getting the extra point. We'll see who comes out. I think they're going for it. The Indian fans are cheering. They are going to go for 2. Rothermere will bring them out. They break the huddle. They'll have Helt and Hoover in the backfield. Rothermere setting up the Indians to go for 2.
The sweep, watch out for it.
They have it on the near hash mark. Man in motion is Helt. Rothermere, he's back. He's rolling to his right. He's being pursued. Throws it in the end zone. It is caught. Caught for a 2-point conversion by Hoover. Oh, what a catch on the far sideline. And the Indians take a lead.
That is a beautiful catch, Kurt. A beautiful catch on the far sideline. I mean, they played that. He strung the entire defense out to the wide side of the field, waiting for the right moment, and they got to give it to him. That was a perfectly designed rollout pass, and it is good for 2 points, 8-7. And I tell you what, a lot of time to go in the ball game.
What a play. Millersburg coming from behind to take a 1-point lead with 10:29 to go. With the score, Millersburg 8, East Juniata 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Cure your case of the hungries with 1 trip to Best Mart in Mifflintown. Stop after the game for chili dogs, 2 for 89 cents. If you're in the mood for something different, build your own salad at Best Mart's new salad bar. And you'll want to take advantage of the October Bonanza on Drake's Family Pack Cakes. Choose from yodels, pick-em-ups, or fruit pies, 2 boxes for just $3. There's only one place to find values like this. Best Mart, Old Route 22 in Mifflintown.
Back at Dietrich Field, Kurt Reimelbis with Brian Baker. 10:29 to go in the ball game. Millersburg's just taken an 8-7 lead. And set to kick off for the Indians. Number 10, Russell, approaches the ball. A nice high kick. It'll be taken by Albert Collier at the 10-yard line, coming to the near side. Has a great block. He cuts to the near sideline, slips and falls at the 40, or make that the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the EJ Tigers. We'll see if the Tigers can respond. And you notice one thing, Brian, the wind has stopped. And so the Tigers won't be going into that gale force wind.
That's the luck of the EJ Tigers. And hey, we'll start out here at the 30-yard line or so, 35-yard line. On the best place to start. That drive by Millersburg went 13 plays, 53 yards for a touchdown, and got to give it to them. A nice drive there by the Indians.
8-7, Millersburg on top. The Tigers looking to respond. Albert Collier, man in motion. EJ fans making all kinds of noise. They get it to Benner. He's in the secondary. He's at the 50. He's down to the 42 of Millersburg. 1st and 10.
I'm telling you, I have never seen a ball player in my year of playing or broadcasting playing his heart out on both sides of the ball like Ryan Benner. And boy, that little guy can cause a motor, and he's so small you can't even really see him in there, and he cracks off about 20 yards for a first down.
20-yard pickup for Ryan Benner. He was in the Millersburg secondary in a hurry. Ball at the 42-yard line of Millersburg. 1st and 10 for East Juniata, trailing by a point. Walters takes the snap. Turns, hands the ball off to Joshua Strasser. Right up the middle, gives him about 3 or 4 yards. Hauled down big time by Helt, the middle linebacker. But not before he picked up 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6.
I tell you what, that Ryan Benner, I'm not getting paid to say it either. He's just playing his heart out. He plays defense. He's always there on the defensive play. If the guy's on a sweep, he always seems to catch him. He runs back for punts and kicks, and he plays, in the back field for EJ. What more could you ask out of a kid? EJ's on a roll here, 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6. Ball at the 40-yard line, or make that the 38-yard line of Millersburg. Collier in motion again to the near side. Back to passes. Walters, flag on the play. And they run the draw play instead of the pass. They give it to Benner, but a flag is down, stopping the clock with 8:45 to go. They bring Jeremy Klinger split wide to the near side. Man in motion is Collier going to the other sideline. Back to pass. Walters looking to screen. They screen right, incomplete. Incomplete. They tried to hook up to Joshua Strasser. And that one not nearly in sync like the touchdown play, obviously.
What fans have to realize is, even though the play is not completed, it keeps the defense of Millersburg wondering what's coming next. So really, it's a win situation either way. If you don't get the completion, it's like, well, they're going to do the next on the offensive side. But it's tough. 3rd down and 11 coming up here for the EJ Tigers.
8-7, Millersburg with a 1-point lead. East Juniata with the ball. 3rd and long. 3rd and 11 from the Millersburg 44. Walters, quick pass to Logan. It's caught. Is it enough for a first down? We'll see. Hang on.
That's going to be awfully close. Let's see that the Zebras, what they do out there. It's a first down.
They move the 6.
Mark that down, Kurt. That would be the key play of the ball game. It's only a matter of time for Jason Logan. Twice they tried to get it to him, either underthrown or missed. That was a perfect call. Again, the mastery, the experience of Coach Alween showed right there.
A quick hitter. They got it to Jason Logan finally. An 11-yard pickup. That's how many they needed. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. On the march, EJ. Walters turns. Inside handoff to Collier. He may go! Hang on! Is it a touchdown? Oh, my goodness! Touchdown, EJ!
And fans are just saying, a sophomore defense. They're blowing your speakers out. It is unbelievable. Albert Collier.
inside handoff. They run that play so many times. They ran it last week a dozen times or more, it seemed, at Newport. He broke it to the near sideline and had one man to beat, got past him, and Collier has scored. And EJ is back on top. You talk once he's like a shark, Kurt. A shark in the water when he smells blood. When he smells that green real estate, that he is gone, the afterburners. And again, it's the second time tonight we had to blow the speakers out at home. They got to get the repairman out there of the homes again. 25-yard touchdown dash by Albert Collier. It's 13-8. East Juniata on top. They will go for two. 1 point wouldn't mean a whole lot here. I would imagine they'll go for two. Let's wait and see. But they have a 5-point lead. If they kick the extra point, they'd have a 6-point lead, and the Millersburg touchdown would tie it. They're talking it over. EJ has called a timeout. 7:46 to play in the ball game. The Tigers responded with a beautiful drive in a hurry. Capped off by a 25-yard touchdown dash to Albert Collier.
That was a big one. It was a 7-play, 62-yard drive, and it didn't take long to do it either. And again, mark it down if you're listening at home. The big key, 3rd down and 11, the back's against the wall. And Jason Logan, the big pass reception. And the very next play, I like that play, a little end around. It works well, and it worked big time earlier in the ball game in the first quarter. And right there, once he finds Collier, finds open real estate, he can play with what the God has given him, and he is gone. And EJ is here, 13-8, but a lot of time left in the ball game. Got to watch out for it.
You called it earlier. The play selection the last 2 weeks for the Tigers has just been tremendous. It seems just what the defense is not looking for. That's what the EJ Tigers come up with.
I tell you, you think it's been years and years and years since EJ's had something to cheer about, and boy, tonight they do. And Collier getting a big ovation from the hundreds here with the EJ Spirit towels.
Well, he was shaken up on that play. It's one thing we didn't talk about. We should have. Albert Collier was down in the end zone for most of that time, but he walked off under his own power. They're going for two. They snap it directly to Benner. He's heading for the end zone. He did!
After the game. The 2-point is good. They make it up, Kurt.
Ryan Benner, a 2-yard run for the 2-point conversion, and it's 15-8. East Juniata on top. With 7:46 to go in the ball game, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Value is a word used a lot these days in a competitive auto market. Regester Chevrolet Geo has understood the meaning of value for 60 years. Regesters has competitive pricing and a top-notch service department to stand behind every vehicle sold. It's simple. Purchase your next vehicle from Regesters and get more value for your dollar. Find out why for over 60 years. Satisfaction is guaranteed at Regester Chevrolet Geo in Thompsontown. Every day is Tuesday at the work.
All right, we're back in Mifflintown. A big rally by the East Juniata Tigers. They've just taken a 15-8 lead with 7:46 to go in the ball game.
I'm telling you, Kurt, EJ's defense is playing great. Number 13, Ryan Benner with a 2-point conversion. He has done everything tonight. And boy, total team effort, and it can just hold on for 7 and 46 seconds to go.
Win the kickoff for the Tigers. Ball is bouncing on the far sideline, picked up by Ryan Tobias, cuts it to the middle. He's still on his feet at the 45-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Millersburg. Good field position for the Indians to start this drive that they need to come back.
Yes, and they're due right. I tell you one thing, they do right. It is a good place to start the fourth quarter action here. Again, a reminder that tonight, 11 o'clock p.m. this evening on Channel 10, not Channel 10 of your TV, but Channel 10 of Nittany Media. This game can be seen on TV tonight.
Altamore drops back to pass. He's rolling to his right, throws in the far sideline, and it's picked off and knocked down. Logan knocked it down. I thought he picked it up, but it's incomplete.
If he would have made that catch, there was nobody out there besides himself. And I got to get an official measurement. He must be about 6'6" out there. And if he would have caught that pass, he was gone for 6. But I tell you, the momentum is EJ's way right now. 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go. from being tied for number 1 in the Tri-Valley.
And the wind picks up again. Now they pitch it on the second down play. Chris Hoover, he's in trouble and dropped. Ryan Benner in on the tackle. So is number 62, Mark Weeder. Give him about a 2-yard gain on the play for Chris Hoover, but it'll bring up 3rd and 8.
It's quite obvious right now that the tiredness, the fatigue of East Juniata is just being overcome by the emotions of the crowd, emotions of winning this ball game, and they're just taking over.
6:45 to go in the ball game. Millersburg, 3rd down and 8 from their own 42-yard line. Rossimo rolling on the far side. He's under pressure. He's out! A sack. Big Dan Chubb chases out Mike Rossimo. Drops Rossimo for a loss on the play. It'll be 4th and 10 for Millersburg.
And boy, oh boy, I tell you what, it's just completely evident right now. The man that tells it like it is, I'll tell you, EJ is dominating both ways right now. And who's back deep for EJ? The dangerous man, 13, Ryan Benner.
4th and 10. The punt is a line drive punt. It'll bounce and get a Millersburg roll. The Indians will down it inside the 15-yard line of East Juniata. So the Tigers don't have good field position, but they have a 7-point lead. 5:55 to go in the ball game. Millersburg trailing, EJ on top, 15-8.
And again, throughout the night, trying to update you on the Juniata score. Last score, 24-9 in the 3rd period.
The Indians have just scored. They got a touchdown from Shane Pennebaker and a 2-point conversion. It's Upper Dauphin 24, Juniata 17, with about as much time left in the ball game as we have here, inside 6 minutes. So the Indians mounting a comeback at Upper Dauphin. East Juniata trying to stop the Indians from mounting a comeback here. East Juniata with the ball. They hand the ball off, and not much happening. I believe that was Benner on the carry.
I would imagine.
Why not? Who else? When in doubt, call Ryan Benner's name tonight.
Well, conceivably, if a few first down strings put together with about 5 minutes of play or so, they can conceivably run the clock out if all goes well. But I tell you, never count Millersburg out, because in a high school football game, anything can happen. But looks favorable right now for EJ.
4:55. Clock is rolling. East Juniata with the ball. They hand it off straight up the middle. This is Strasser, or is it Benner? Again, we're having trouble picking up the numbers here. But in any event, Ryan Benner picked up just about 4 yards, so it'll be 3rd and a long 4.
And I bet right now Coach Irene would give anything to have 4:38 go by real fast. 4:24 to be exact.
Clock is running as they keep it on the ground. 3rd and a long 4 for the Tigers. They hand the ball off to Benner in the 3rd straight carry, and he is going to be shy of a first down. Little gain, if any, on the far sideline, so it'll be punt time for the Tigers. Derek Reichenbach comes in. He'll be punting from inside his 15-yard line.
And there's so many crucial parts of this ball game so far, and this is a crucial time right now for to get a good punt off. The wind not as bad as it was a while ago, but Liz, I feel in the window here, in the face of the punter. He must get a good punt off here, hopefully in East Juniata High School road, and be dangerous men back to Millersburg.
The snap is good. Reichenbach hauls it. It's blocked! It's blocked! There's a scramble for it! And the Indians will take over. 1st and goal.
And as quick as you say, crucial parts of the ball game, the inevitable happens. Block punt. Indians have the ball.
The Millersburg fans are going nuts as the Indians have a golden opportunity not only to tie but take a lead. Touchdown puts them within a point. They'd have to have the 2-point conversion to take the lead, but it is 1st and goal from about the 5-yard line. We make it to 6. They hand the ball off to Hoover, heading for the end zone. He'll be short of the score, but he gets down close. Chris Hoover knocking on the door. He has been the true workhorse for Millersburg tonight. His 20th carry of the night. Give him a 2-yard gain, 2nd and goal from the 4.
That's a shame for East Junior High School. Had everybody blocked except for one person. I think the man was almost untouched going in there. And tell you what, a tough break. What? No score yet.
2nd and 4. The Indians roll it to the near side. Hoover heading for the end zone. Stretches out. Is he in? No, but he's closer. He's inside the 2. Once again, they just give it to Hoover. Matt Helt has been pretty much a decoy so far tonight. He's only carried the ball 7 times from his fullback slot. 2:25, 2:24, 2:23, clock running. Millersburg trailing 15-8. East Juniata trying to find a goal line stand to hang on to that lead. An unbeaten season on the line for the Indians. 3rd down and 2. 2 men in the backfield. They hand it off to Hoover. Big hole. He's in. Touchdown, Chris Hoover. And it's East Juniata 15, Millersburg 14. And the Indians call timeout to talk about the 2-point conversion that could hinge their unbeaten season.
And if you're Coach Miskinnis, this is why I do not want to be a head coach, as our banner's flopping in the wind above us. But if you go for the extra point, the wind's at your back, no problem with distance with the wind at your back, but only tie the score. Do you want to be undefeated with a tie, or do you want to show why you're the number 1 team in the league and go for the win? But if you do, and you're stopped, you lose.
Well, that's very likely because we're heading down toward the end, although there are 2 minutes, 5 seconds remaining, so there would be time, but for all intents and purposes, this is it, and you know they're going to go for it. They don't want to tie. They're talking it over on the far sideline. Coach Ream is talking it over with his squad. They're going to set up and go for 2 when we get back to the action. A 1-point ball game right now. Millersburg fans are on their feet. The Tiger fans are on their feet. It's going to come down to this.
Defense has brought them this far. What's going to happen now?
Rothermore brings them out. They're in the huddle. Now they break. Help the fullback. Hoover the tailback. Split wide to the far side. Shane Phillips. This could be the ball game. Man in motion to the opposite side. They roll it out. They pitch it. He's in trouble. The Tigers have held. They stopped the 2-point conversion.
You talk about fucking it up. East Juniata just win. History in the making right there.
Well, we again remind you it's not over yet, but I tell you what, the big step is taken there. EJ on top, 15-14, 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Pharmacy. Bring your film to Be Ward Pharmacy, 111 Bridge Street, Mifflintown, and get 2 sets of prints for 1 low price. Choose from 12 exposure, 2 sets for $2.99, 24 exposure, 2 sets for $5.99, and 36 exposure, 2 sets for just $8.99. Or choose large prints for the same low price. High quality developing, next day service at Be Ward Pharmacy, 111 Bridge Street, Mifflintown, where every day is Tuesday.
Back at Dietrich Field, East Juniata clinging to a 1-point lead, 15-14. What an effort by the Tiger defense to stop that 2-point conversion.
We are slowly seeing history in the making right here, I tell you. And we're proud to be here at WJUN-FM, and 2:05 to go, 15-14, EJ in the lead, a key defensive play of the ball game.
Will Millersburg try the onside kick? They do. It's going to be covered right at the 50-yard line. Jason Logan, smart play. There's an awful lot of Jason Logan to fall over a kick like that, and he just smothered it. He dropped right over it.
That is it. You got it right on the top of the head there, Kurt. He smothered the ball. He said, no way is this going to bounce off my part of my body. He just, with that 6'5" frame, that ball wasn't going anywhere. And now if EJ Smart, they'll just keep it on the ground and preserve the win. With under 2 minutes to go, and not a fan has left. Give the shield for EJ.
Beautiful onside kick as well by Russell. Man in motion is Collier. Walters turns, gives the ball to Benner. Benner Suggs on the right side. Give him a pickup of a couple, maybe more than a couple. It'll be second down for the Tigers.
I should what you do is go back to the station and just record Ryan Benner's name over and over and over because he has been the workhorse all evening long. A smaller kid. Millersburg defenders hanging all over him, and he's still driving forward. And EJ fans are on their feet, and hopefully if you're at home, I tell you what, you are here in history in the making. And you can see this game later tonight at 11 o'clock tonight on Channel 10, not on your TV set, but the Nittany Media cable system. And maybe we're even on there right now if you're watching it tonight later. So, good evening, everybody. But I'm telling you, the defense is what won the game for them. If they win the ball game, that's what did it for them. Of course, someone's got to score. The score is Eastern Union High School, but the defense has held this high-powered Millersburg team, high-powered everything, Mr. Everything, defensively, offensively, and EJ has just unbelievable effort tonight by the entire team.
Let's set the scene. 1:29 to go in the ball game. Millersburg just called a timeout. 15-14, East Juniata with the 1-point lead and the ball. It'll be second down and 5 following the 5-yard pickup by Ryan Benner. They break the timeout huddle. Strasser the fullback, Benner the tailback. One of them will get the ball unless it's Albert Collier coming in motion to the near side. Instead, they give the ball to Benner the tailback. He cuts one tackle. Ball's loose! No, they call it down. Oh, boy.
Well,
oh, mercy.
Mr. Referee didn't know what to call on that. He didn't call it right away. He got to let the play go for about a second or two. But it runs for a first down, and EJ, with 1:14 to go, should be able to close it out.
There was a moment of panic there as the ball popped loose, but they said he was down, then fumbled rather than the other way around. 1:03 to go in the ball game. Clock is running. EJ with the first down. They can run it out. The Tigers working on an upset. Walters takes the snap, puts it down, and that stops the clock. Millersburg will have to call timeout if they still have one. I don't know if they do. EJ fans are on their feet howling.
And you really give Coach Muskinnis a lot of credit, too. I'm not sure those teams across the river, but I tell you what, a gutsy call. He said, we're going to win or lose, and he did. It didn't work out, but what is the losing fan?
27 seconds. The Tigers will take the snap one more time. And there is a very flagrant foul by Brad Brunner. He should be thrown out of the game, in my opinion. He just teed up before the snap and plowed into a guy. They're talking it over. It'll be a penalty on Millersburg. Dead ball foul. A personal foul against Brunner. He acted as if he was drawn off, but believe me, he held nothing back. Plowed into one of the Tigers on the line. That's a 15-yard penalty. I don't know if he's been disqualified, but
he should be. He should be.
That's not the way to end the ball game or an unbeaten season. I'm sorry. I know he's frustrated, but that proves nothing. He's going to stay in the ball game. They didn't throw him out. But with 17 seconds to go, the clock is running again.
It's over, baby. It's over.
13, 12, 11. Tigers up to the line. They may not even snap it. 8, 7. Look at the scene. They're partying already. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They've done it again. The East Juniata Tigers have pulled up another upset. The Tigers hang on and knock off the previously unbeaten Millersburg Indians by a score of 15-14.
I told you all day on my morning show on the AM side I had a feeling about tonight, and the EJ defense did not break. They of course, Joe was saying they bent but did not break. And I tell you one thing, if there's any team deserves to win the ball game tonight, it is, you're looking at the maroon and gray. And I tell you, now, as of now, tied for first place in the Tri-Valley League, giving Millersburg a high-powered Millersburg team, the first loss. EJ, all the credit in the world.
The Tiger players holding their helmets over their heads as they get into their midfield huddle as they do after the ball game. Millersburg getting into their huddle as well. The unbeaten dream season has come to an end for the Millersburg Indians. But the dream rolls on for the East Juniata Tigers. We'll be back to talk about it after this 2-minute break. Please stay with us. Hey, Joel.
The IGA Mifflintown store is truly a community-minded store, supporting various church and civic fundraising organizations. They're also an active participant in 4-H and FFA programs here in Juniata County. The IGA was always there for you and will continue to be there for all your meats, produce, and grocery needs.
Hometown proud, America, IGA.
Service is a big part of Ken's Hardware's business. Did you know they replace glass, cut and tread pipe, repair torn screens, replace or repair faucet stems, small engine repair? They even cut keys. They service major appliances too, and they'll order any part for any model. Remember, most national discount stores can only offer lip service. Count on quality service at Ken's Hardware, Market Street in Port Royal.
Anytime, day or night, get your food where it's right at the stop. Buy a gift for someone, eat yogurt just for fun at the stop. Get your car, stay a spell in a clean motel at the stop. Let's go to the stop. Let's go to the stop. Baby, let's go to the stop. Oh, baby, let's go to the stop. Come on, let's go to the stop.
Stop 35 right off the Mifflintown exit of 322.
Value is a word used a lot these days in a competitive auto market. Regester Chevrolet Geo has understood the meaning of value for 60 years. Regesters has competitive pricing and a top-notch service department to stand behind every vehicle sold. It's simple. Purchase your next vehicle from Regesters and get more value for your dollar. Find out why for over 60 years. Satisfaction is guaranteed at Regester Chevrolet Geo in Thompsontown.
Welcome back to Dietrich Field. Kirk Leibowitz, Brian Baker, and Karen Summers. We've just witnessed another huge upset, Brian. I tell you what.
I tell you one thing. I just had a report from the folks out in Cocalamus. All the fireworks going off out in downtown Cocalamus, and I tell you what, there is no way that every person is the big Jason Logan catch in 3rd down and 11, and then they took it right down with, I believe it was Albert Collier to get the score. But the defense, if they were not holding on the 2-point conversion to win the ball game, it would have been the other way. The defense did it. We're calmed down. My heart's real racing, but I tell you what, I had a feeling all day this was going to happen, and I believe we contacted Coach Al Ream. I think he'll be coming up here in a couple seconds, a little bit later before we go off the air, and he'll get final comments from Coach Al Ream. And 3 wins in a row, and I'm talking 3 big wins, Juniata, Newport, and who would have thought against the number 1 team in the area, Millersburg. They're number 1 like in all kinds of statistics, but the only number that counts is the final score, 15-14. If you listen to the broadcast, you just tuned in, you're right. EJ 15, Millersburg 14, Millersburg first loss of the year, and now East Juniata tied for first place.
It's just an unbelievable thing for both of these teams, really. I mean, Millersburg was predicted by everybody who's associated with the TVL to be at the bottom half of the standings, as of course were the Tigers. And here they are, upside down. They're on top, and the EJ Tigers have a share of first place this late in the season, setting up yet another big ball game for the Tigers next week. Line Mountain, the Eagles on a downside after last year's championship season, but the Eagles knocked off Upper Dauphin last week, and it'll be another big one here for EJ next Friday night. We'll talk briefly about some of the numbers here. We'll add them up and have them for you in just a moment, but we'll be back after this 60-second break.
What could be more beautiful than getting a new man
Equipment.
Free weights. I thought they only had Nautilus.
Not. Place is full of new equipment, and for only $10 a week, you can use the new free weights, Sonnet, and Whirlpool, and even get a tan.
Oh, now that's a slick 'em deal. Next thing you're going to tell me they can style my hair.
That's right, in our beauty salon. It's all at Go-Getters in Mifflintown.
Back at Dietrich Field, where the EJ Tigers have upset the Millersburg Indians 15-14. A final score in from Elizabethville. Not as good news for the Juniata Indians tonight. Upper Dauphin holds on to beat Juniata 24-17. Taking a look at some of the numbers that made things happen tonight. Again, 3 running backs for the Tigers carried away. Ryan Benner A big night, not as many yards as we've seen him pick up sometimes this season, but still a fine night for Benner. He had 16 carries for 70 yards. Albert Collier, 6 carries for 48 yards, and of course the last one, the big 25-yard touchdown run that put this thing away for EJ. And Joshua Strasser, 9 carries for 44 yards. Mike Walters was only 2 of 7 throwing.
Al Ream, your team, I had confidence in you. I just had this feeling all day long the big upset was coming up. Not really an upset either, because I saw it coming, the big win over Juniata, as we told you in the pregame show. Last week, Newport on the road very convincingly, and now Millersburg comes in undefeated in both the TVL and overall. And tonight, your EJ team, and I always call it the defense, I believe, played their hearts out. Ryan Benner played both sides of the ball. Unbelievable game for your entire team.
Yes, Brian, it was, and thank you very much. We'd like to thank the fans out there, and we'd like to thank God. These kids just have all the heart in the world, and it showed on that 2-point conversion down there for the game. That was the game, and our kids just hung it up and came across and made the play when they had to. And our defense played well all night. I think Ryan Benner played super. I think Adam Hubbard played well, Dan Chubb, Jason Logan. You know, the whole team, the whole defensive team just played super tonight.
And I tell you one thing, things come to my mind as well, is Jason Logan, that big 3rd down and 11 looked pretty grim for you guys. The big pass, the big reception, the next play, Collier takes it all the way.
Well, thank you. We had to spread them out. They had 8 men coming hard. We knew we had to spread them out, and we just knew that we had to come down, throw a little dump pass in the middle to loosen them up a little bit. And as soon as Albert got the ball, we knew he was in for the touchdown because everybody was the other side of the field.
Coach, now what? I mean, you got the Eagles of Lion Mountain next week. This doesn't get any easier. You have one coming up each week. You got to do it. You're the guys on top now, you know.
Hey, this team is just a football team. They play together. They play hard together. We just have to line up next week and play the Lion Mountain Eagles, and they're a good football team. They had some tough breaks early on, but we got to go out and we got to take it to them next week.
What do you do later on tonight? When does this settle down for you?
This will settle down tomorrow morning, probably.
And what was the feelings of you? You got to give Coach Maskinnis all the credit, because I tell you what, he wanted to show if he's going to be undefeated, he wasn't going to go for the tie. Gutsy call on his part. What were you feeling when the ball was snapped? And I thought they run that little pitch play to the right, and from nowhere, I didn't know who made the tackle on that, but it came from nowhere and did not get the 2 points. And at the point of the tackle, how'd you feel about that?
I felt great because I knew we had it locked up at that point. All we had to do, we knew it had one timeout. All we had to do was get a decent return. We knew they were going to go onside kick. Logan recovered the onside kick, and we just needed 1 first down to ice the game, and that's what we got.
And I tell you, like I said, Ryan Benner played, in my opinion, he got Bake's MVP award, by the way. I mean, he returned kicks. He made superb tackles, played both sides of the ball. And, of course, when he ran the ball at the end of the ball game, he was carrying people on his back.
Right. Ryan has been a workhorse for us all year, offensively and defensively, and he's just played super, and he had another super ball game tonight. And when the chips were down, we knew, he was going to carry some people, Josh and Albert, and, the whole offensive line. We did the job when we had to do it tonight, and you win championships with defense, and I think our defense showed that tonight.
And like I told Kurt and the entire listening audience the entire evening, I respected that article in the paper in the Patriot today, and it was true. The play selection by you and your entire brain trust, the entire game was superb. I mean, what do you call that the little end around you do, the little fake to one side, the other side? That was a superb play. The big screen pass, which I call the greatest play of all football. Your play selection was perfect tonight.
Well, thank you. Sometimes you make the right call. It's a chess game out there. And, we knew that they were trying to do some things defensively, and we just were able to make the right call at the right time and capitalize on it.
I believe there's a few hundred fans up there waiting for you, so let's you go, but I'll shake your hand here, and I tell you what, a great job. And I tell you, they're tied for number 1, Kurt, and they're looking awfully good, and I tell you, watch out for them to get the championship at the end.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot for coming up here, Coach Ream.
Okay, I'd just like to say one more thing, and that's my assistant coach has just done a superb job over the years. And, this is not my show. This is Scott Gantz and Ralph Moyer and Glenn Fleck and all those guys that work with me, and this is their show, too. So I appreciate their support throughout the season. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, Coach Ream.
They're going to party it up in Coquitlam, Kurt.
All right, there you go. Coach Al Ream, the head coach of the East Juniata Tigers. Another big win for the Tigers here tonight. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this 60-second break.
Buying a farm or business can be a risky venture if you deal with the wrong agent. So place your trust with the real estate specialists, Marlin H. Fields Real Estate. When you're buying or selling, Marlin H. Fields offers full appraisals of homes, businesses, and farms. They also have years of experience to assure the best service possible. That's Marlin H. Fields Real Estate, your local multi-list realtor in the Juniata Valley Shopping Center, Mifflintown. Phone 436-8839.
When you decide to get an opinion from the Trout Chiropractic Center, you can expect to get an expert evaluation and examination of your spine. Dr. Gary is trained and located